How's it going? Good, good. So obviously getting ready, prep for Chicago, talented team. I mean, even that game the other night, man, they're in it, and they play good defense. Uh, got plenty of skill. The quarterbacks really played well for a while now. So we got to be ready to go. And you know, I. But all that being said, I still think it goes back to us, and we gotta play clean football, and we gotta play at a high level and play with a lot of details, and just get back to the basics is what we do, and that's really what this week's going to be about for us is honing in on what we do, and just playing fast. Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to it's really hard to say that you're gaining a lot of tendencies on just 2 games. So we're really using it all. I mean, you do kind of look at that. Eric Washington's calling the defense now. Know him, got a lot of respect for him. Thomas Brown's done a good job, you know, um, running the team, calling the offense, and so they've got things they like, but they're also uh, they got a lot of variety in what they do, and it's hard to say with just 2 games. So we're going to prepare for really everything they've done. We have to be prepared for that. And inevitably, every week we get things that unscouted looks. That's where we're at now. We get a lot of those, so we need to make sure that we're looking for everything. We'll have our guys prepared and ready to go. Yeah, David's getting another opinion, so he's had a couple, and really, just see what this third one says. So that's why we have not put him on injured reserve. Um, we're in waiting mode here. Yeah, you have to. You have to, and it is one of these injuries that's unique because you need to know, is it stable? Okay, is it fixed or will it scar? And then be certainly stable for now and for later. And then you got to rely on him. Like, hey man, I'm good. I can do this. And so it's a combination certainly of the doctors, but him as well, where he thinks he can go with it, and can he protect himself and play at a high level, and so we're in a holding pattern, which is, as of right now, that's a positive. Well, I think really just I think it's going to work out okay here, because, I mean, unfortunately, a number of our guys are done, and so it makes it pretty clear cut from that standpoint. So I don't think we're going to run into an issue here with who's able to come back and that. It's just I think it's unlikely. I think it's unlikely. He's tried. He's been rehabbing. He's doing it. It's just trying to get over the last little hump here. It's been tough. So he's doing everything he can, and those guys are doing a heck of a job rehabbing him, trying to get him back. But I think it's unlikely.
I know you addressed the whole "the sky is falling" notion, but by saying it could be exactly what you needed, and I know you don't need injuries, but you need for the team. How do you shift it from that to that in your players' eyes, in your eyes, and everybody's eyes?
Well, what's interesting is there's 2 things that unfold. Really, it's the loss, right? When you haven't lost since September. So there's the loss element, and then there's the injury element, and so everything gets compacted, and so you really need to address both, and that's what we did. And one is, hey, we mentioned it, so we got popped in the mouth, and and We got to get up off the ground, and we got to go back to work and reposition ourselves to be able to play the next game and learn from what just happened. And the other is to not lose confidence in the fact that we still have really good players here on defense, and that we have good coaches, and that we can play any way we need to play from that standpoint, but as well as offense and special teams to still win games. And so that's what's important. And really, you just got to stay focused on what's in front of you. I mean, it really is just worry about today and worry about today's practice and what your job description is and how you're going to play the very best you can play. And it's my job to alleviate, stress in some areas, and just kind of balance the buoy, if you will. And we'll do that.
And you mentioned you still have plenty of excellent offensive players and Jared Goff and everything else. Are some people overlooking that if they think the play is well?
Yeah, I mean, look, first of all, you can't convince me that I don't believe it. We've got plenty here. And I'll tell you what, all right, when we come out of a game and everything that we said that we had to do, including our identity, we do that for 60 minutes and we lose the game, then I'll stand up here and tell you, you know what, we just don't have enough. But until that happens, you're not going to hear me say anything about what we have or don't have or can we do this. We got plenty here in the whole roster. We got plenty on defense. I believe in Kirby. I believe in Branch. I believe in Reeder. I believe in Za'Darius. I believe in Levi. I believe in Amik, Arnold. All right, guys like O'Connor. Ben Neiman, Jack Campbell. So we're good, and we'll figure out how we need to play. We've already begun to do that, and really, everything that we do from this point on is to how do we get to where we're playing the very best football with where we're at now, with what we have by the time we hit the playoffs. That's really where the focus has got to be. Now, first focus, we got to be prepared, to go out and play a good football team in the Chicago Bears, and then the next is what I just mentioned.
Coach, obviously, you had a loss this year, but in the past, you often blamed yourself and took credit for the losses, not really running away from it at all. One of the things you talked about was the onside kick in different ways and things like that. But how much do you learn and take and store those experiences, like, okay, and put that into your staff to not, as you say, make those type of mistakes in those moments again? How do you learn from those situations?
Well, I mean, I think you look at everything, and you look, most of the time what you're going to, if you hadn't figured this out about me yet, it's a lot of times these decisions are, all right, this game is over and I'm sitting at home, and whatever decision that was, am I going to regret that decision, deeply regret that decision? And a lot of times that's where it goes. Yeah, it's in the moment, but it's also, and if it doesn't work out, but I know I'm not going to regret it, and I'm good, And like the one the other day, what I said was hindsight on the onside. I don't regret kicking it. I do the fact that it went all the way down to the 5. I didn't know that was going to happen. So since that happened, hey, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But that's really what it is, man. I don't want to ever be in position where I stand in front of the team and I can't even look them in the eye because I did something that I knew in my heart I didn't believe in, and we lost. It's one thing you do something you believe in and it just doesn't work out, man, I can live with myself and I can look at those guys in the eye.
How important is it to get that message, all the messages that all the answers to the questions today? How important is it to get it right to your group of guys that at 12-2 are still at top of the division, still can get that number 1 seed, but that's a group of grown men that just lost for the first time in forever. How important is it for you to get that message right in front of them?
Yeah, look, we talked about it this morning. We just had the first meeting, really significant meeting since the Buffalo game, and so like I say, I just hit it head on, and tell them what the facts are. This is where we're at. This is how we're viewed right now. And look, nobody writes our story, man. We're the only ones who write our own story, and So we have the pen, and there's a lot of football left, and I think we're looking forward to this, to be honest with you. So, man, you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you go back to the basics, man. Go back to work. That's the only way to get better and clean up issues that cost you, because the bottom line is we lost a game. That really is the most important thing. Man, we lost the game, and here's why we lost the game, at the end of the day. So why don't we go clean those things up and take it into Chicago and see what that looks like?
John, Corey, Larry.
Yep. What does it say about Amon-Ra St. Brown's performance on St. Louis battling stomach issues Saturday? And was there ever any question of limiting him based on?
No, actually, I had no idea. Nobody even told me. So, which is just like Saint. He's just not going to say anything until it's done. I mean, the kid that's just what he is. It's the way he's wired. So, it says a lot. And you turn on the tape, and you don't notice anything different, because he's one of those that can feel like crap, and it's not going to affect the way that he approaches the game and the amount of effort that he gives. I mean, there's a clip I showed to the team this morning, where we're down 17 and, we're trying to, offensively get down there and pull it within 10, which we do, but we hit Laporta and, he breaks a couple of tackles, goes, and you see David and Saint, man, finish on the pile, just trying to push the pile, get a block, try to help him out. And that's the stuff that Saint does over and over. Everybody sees the production, the receiving, the route running, the run after catch. But I don't know if everybody always sees the amount of dirty work that guy does for us. And it's rare. It's rare to have a receiver that does everything and does it at a high level. And if things don't feel good on your body or you're sick, and he just goes, man, because he doesn't want to let the guys down. So. Well, look, you can't make you gotta man. It's kind of what I just said. You have to identify the issues and you got to attack. The next preparation for the opponent. There's got to be a level of urgency that is extremely high, and you got to want to get that taste out of your mouth so bad, the taste of losing, that you'll do anything it takes to prep yourself, and you're going to play at the highest level you played all season. So it's a mindset, it's a preparation, there's a work ethic to it, and it's really that simple. It's really that simple. It's not anything else. I know this, you overreact on one, that's not good either. Man, we lost the game, and it's as simple as we didn't fit this right. We didn't finish on this play. We mis-ID'd this block. We missed this tackle. Well, why? Because of the angle. Why this? Well, because, I thought I was supposed to be cut down on that. So let's just clean those things up and go back to work. And so, look, that's why our guys are so good. We got a good group of guys. They don't like losing, and they don't lose confidence. They get more aggravated, like I do. And so we want to fix it. We don't want to lose anymore. And, that's the plan. We're going to be prepared. We're going to go to Chicago, and we're going to go out there to compete to win.
Caleb Williams has gone a long time without a pick. What are you seeing from his development in that regard, and how key is it for you, to get there?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we talked about. We've got really a couple of game, drought of takeaways right now, and that's got to be part of our identity. And so, man, we got to get back to what we do and the way that we play, because that's how you give yourself the best opportunity to get takeaways. And so, so to be able to put some pressure on him and try to force him into making some decisions that are ill-advised that's big, and that's big for any opponent that you go against. And yes, he is playing. I think he's playing really good football, and he just continues to get better. He's taken a few hits, but he just continues to stand in there and push the ball down the field. He's mobile, as we know. He can break, contain. He keeps his eyes downfield, and so listen, man, he's a young quarterback in this league that really is continuing to improve, and he's got plenty of weapons. With 2 and 13, and the tight end and the rookie they've got out there, they got plenty of firepower, Swift in the backfield. So You know, we got to find a way to try to disrupt him. And it goes without saying, we cannot let these guys run the ball down our throat. Like, we have to shut down the run game.
Other than David, are you holding anyone else?
Yeah, there'll be quite a few guys that I'm going to just hold out today. All right, precautionary. So some of the linemen may hold BD out a little bit, you know.
Are you guys starting Iffy slot today?
What's that?
Iffy slot? Are you gonna get him practicing?
Yes.